What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I recently heard about this program called Virtual Dyno that gives you estimated horsepower and torque values based on your data logs during driving on HP tuners. So in this video, I'm going to test it out and see what it says my newly cammed C5 Corvette makes, and we'll decide at the end of the video if these numbers seem remotely accurate, so stay tuned. Now, before anybody comes after me in the comments, this is not a replacement for a real dyno. All the values given in this video will be estimated using real data from HP tuners like RPM, speed, gear, weight, etc. So this more than likely is not going to give us an incredibly accurate number. That being said, it's still a fun way to get a ballpark estimate of what this car makes after the cam swap. So this is about all you need to do this. You need a laptop with HP tuners and Virtual Dyno installed. You need the MPVI3 from HP tuners, or basically whatever tuner you want to use that's compatible with the Virtual Dyno, and then your USB, and then obviously your car and a road to drive on. This program really shines when people use it as a baseline. That means that in the future, if I want to do more mods to the C5 and see how much power I picked up, I can use the same values in the same road and test it again, and I can compare the two numbers. So basically, if I tested now and I got one number, and then I test later and I get another number, I can compare those two and see what the change in horsepower was, and that will basically tell me what the new modifications added to the car. So now let's go out and do some polls. All right, so now that we're back at home, we have these three data logs here. This is my pole 1 for third gear, pole 2 for third gear, and then my fourth gear pole. So these are all saved as HPL files, which are basically just the HP tuner files that they automatically save as from the scanner. So I'm gonna open up this fourth gear pole here. So as you can see, we have all of our data here. So for the Virtual Dyno, you wanna have the vehicle speed, time, you want to have the throttle position, and then the engine RPM. Those are the four that you really need to make sure you have. Obviously, this is already going to log the time. So it's really, throttle position, vehicle speed, and engine speed. But I just have all of these just as normal ones that I usually log anyways. So as long as you have those, then you're pretty much ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to log file. We're going to export log file, and then we're going to come over here to comma separated text, or CSV. So we're going to basically export this as a CSV file, which brings it into Excel, and that allows the Virtual Dyno to read it. So we're just going to click export here, and now we can basically save it as a CSV file. I have this already saved, so I'm not going to save it again, but I basically already have the third gear poles and then the fourth gear pole. So now we're just going to pull those over to the other computer, and we're going to put those into the Virtual Dyno. Okay, so here's the Virtual Dyno. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to File, we're going to say Load Runs, and we're going to open up our CSV files. So we're going to go one at a time, open up the third gear pole, and we're going to select our car. So for this one, obviously it's a Chevrolet. We're going to go to Corvette, and then here it'll say 1997 to 04 Corvette. We're going to choose the manual option, and then basically we're just going to fill out all of our data. So I'm going to go through all this, make sure all this is accurate, and adjust things where it's necessary. I'm going to put in what gear I'm in, and then we're going to see what this car made. All right, so I just uploaded all the CSV files here. I have the third gear pole 1, third gear pole 2, and then our fourth gear pole. All of the information here is correct to the best of my knowledge. It's not going to be perfect, but it's about as close as I think it could possibly be. And then also for all of our polls, we did pretty much from about probably 2,200 RPMs to about 6,200 RPMs. So that's what these lines follow as far as the RPM curve. So here is what we're seeing as far as wheel horsepower numbers. So you're going to look at these and say, holy cow, Gabe, those are super low for a cam C5. And yes, you are correct. I'm going to tell you exactly why that is. So I live in Colorado where the elevation is about 5,500 feet above sea level. Because of that, we get about 16.6% loss in horsepower because of that. So these numbers are actually pretty accurate, I would say, for what we get here in Colorado, because the dynos here are going to give you corrected horsepower numbers when you go to a tuner. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to take this actual measured wheel horsepower number and then they're going to correct it, basically adding in that 16.6% loss in horsepower, and that's where you get usually a number closer to about 400 wheel horsepower. So what we're going to do with these is we're actually going to correct these for elevation, and then that will give us our official corrected horsepower numbers, so that way we can see if those seem pretty accurate compared to what other people report. All right, so we're at the whiteboard now. So in Colorado, we're at an elevation of about 5,545 feet above sea level, and that gives us about a 16.6% power loss compared to sea level. So as a rule of thumb, you usually lose about 3% horsepower for every 1,000 feet you are above sea level, and that's just because the air is a bit thinner. So as far as correction factor, this is our calculation. So it's going to be 1 over 1 minus 0.166. So that's going to give us about 1.20 is what we're going to multiply our numbers by. So here's our raw number here. So each of these numbers are basically what we calculated in the virtual dyno. So I think this was our third gear pull 1, third gear pull 2, and then our fourth gear pull. So multiplying each of those by 1.20, we get 391 horsepower, 382 horsepower, and 377 horsepower. And honestly, guys, for the BTR Stage 3 cam with the 241 heads, those seem pretty realistic, especially because I got the E-tunes done instead of dyno tunes. So, you know, I'm on a pretty conservative tune as far as going aggressive. I really didn't go super aggressive with this tune, so those seem pretty accurate. Like before I even started, I guessed I would be in the 380 to 390 range, so I think that's reasonable. As far as the torque numbers, you use the exact same correction factor. So the raw numbers are 317, 308, and then 296. So again, multiply those by 1.2, and you get 380, 370, and then 355 pound-feet of torque. So again, these seem pretty reasonable. I would say that I would believe these numbers if I got these on an actual dyno. But again, guys, these are virtual dyno numbers, and they're being estimated based off of data logs, so they're probably not very accurate. And at this point, we're correcting an estimate, so it's basically like taking the average of an average. So, I mean, what are you going to do? This is just something that's for fun at this point. Well, according to the virtual dyno, the C5 made 391 horsepower and 380 foot-pounds of torque after correcting for the altitude. So do I think that this thing is super accurate? Probably not. But we really won't know how accurate it is until I get this car dynoed for real. So once I get this car on the dyno, I'll make sure to put these numbers in that video as well, so that way I can talk about the percent error. But regardless, this was still a super cool experiment, and I had a ton of fun doing it. But what do you guys think? Do you think that the virtual dyno is accurate at all, or do you think that it's a complete waste of time? Let me know in the comments below. But as always, guys, if you enjoyed the content for today, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. I'll catch you guys next week. Later.